Hi guys, it's Narelle Cook from Ceuticals, and welcome to another week of Thursday's Thoughts. This is where I share bite-sized pieces of scientific information that I find interesting, and I hope you do too. So this week, I want to look at one of the ingredients in our number one seller, the Gut Protect, and that's inulin. So this is a review article from 2019 that's looking at the direct and indirect actions of inulin as a prebiotic polysaccharide. So let's start with what is inulin. So basically inulin is referred to as a polysaccharide. So a polysaccharide is simply a storage form of carbohydrate that's found in plants. So inulin is just found in tens of thousands of different plants. The main commercial sources of inulin, Jerusalem artichoke and chicory and garlic. So, you know, we can give our dogs small amounts of garlic, but not mega amounts. So the inulin in the Ceuticals Gut Protect comes from organic Jerusalem artichoke, so that's really awesome. Now, I've mentioned that inulin is a prebiotic, so what does that mean? So prebiotics, primarily they're indigestible components of food that selectively stimulate the growth and activity of beneficial microorganisms. So they need to be indigestible, so resist things like gastric acid and enzymes. They need to be able to be fermented by the beneficial bacteria. So the beneficial bacteria are using the inulin as prebiotics as a food source. It needs to then selectively stimulate the growth of those beneficial bacteria and just have an overall, health benefit to the host, whether that's us or our dogs. Now, something to keep in mind, just because something's a carbohydrate doesn't mean that it is a prebiotic. But all prebiotics are carbohydrates, but not all carbohydrates are prebiotics. So hopefully that all makes sense. Now, one of the other main features of prebiotic fibers, such as inulin, is not only should they be promoting the growth of beneficial bacteria, but they should also be inhibiting the growth of pathogenic bacteria. And that's what they're highlighting in this graph here. So you can see that after only 2 weeks of supplementation with inulin, and this is a human study, bifidobacteria, that's one of the good guys. We want lots of bifidobacteria for us and our dogs. After only 2 weeks, 3.67 times increase in the percentage of, of bifidobacteria. So that's crazy good. And then if we look at the harmful or pathogenic bacteria, things like the Bacteroides, Clostridia, which many of you may be familiar with, and the Frusobacteria, they've all significantly decreased over the 2 weeks. So look at that drop in Clostridia. That's just amazing. Having a look more closely at some of the direct and indirect mechanisms of action of how inulin is benefiting our dogs. So firstly, because it's indigestible, it's not going to contribute to calorie intake. So if your dog's on a weight loss program, you certainly don't have to worry about inulin as an ingredient. Having a look here, it stimulates the immune system to actually fight against infections that cause diarrhea. So that's great, whether it's acute diarrhea, traveler's diarrhea in humans, antibiotic-associated diarrhea. Because remember, when we give our dogs antibiotics, it's wiping out not only the bad bugs, but also the beneficial bacteria as well. So when that happens, it does open up the opportunity for pathogenic bacteria to take hold and flourish and then, trigger diarrhea. So inulin can stop that from happening. It enhances nutrient absorption, particularly mineral absorption. And the reason for that is that when the beneficial bacteria feed on the inulin, they produce compounds, things like short-chain fatty acids, lactic acid, acetic acid, but those compounds actually lower the pH of the colon, and that's just the perfect environment for enhancing nutrient absorption. It has antioxidant properties, anti-inflammatory properties, again stimulates the growth and action of beneficial bacteria, inhibits pathogenic bacteria, inhibits tumor growth and carcinogenesis in the colon. So that's quite interesting and great as well. And stimulates the production of beneficial compounds. If we look at the safety, inulin is safe for consumption. There is no reported toxicity either in animals or humans. So, it's a win-win. If we come back up here, so pretty much to summarize, inulin, it stimulates the immune system, it protects the colon against carcinogenesis, it's anti-inflammatory, it enhances the composition in the population of beneficial bacteria, it reduces, the presence of pathogenic microorganisms, and it just has an overall health benefit generally. So that's really great. I hope, you learned something today, about inulin as an ingredient. So, and I hope you can also understand why I put such an amazing ingredient in the Gut Protect. So Gut Protect, it's just an all-round amazing gut product that's designed to be used every day long term. So it's got prebiotics such as inulin. It's got another prebiotic, which I'll talk about another week. So you've got your prebiotics, it's got probiotics, it's got digestive enzymes, it's got herbs. So amazing for gut support, but also amazing for immune support. And I think a lot of people miss that fact when they're looking for a gut product, and then suddenly they're seeing all these sort of secondary benefits that they didn't expect to see with the health of their dogs. And that's from the immune support that the product's giving as well. So the one thing I do recommend with any new product, but particularly with gut products that contain prebiotic fibers, is to start low and go slow. So if the beneficial bacteria in your dog's gut are not used to prebiotics as a food source, and suddenly you dump a heap of prebiotics into their food, and that gets down to the bacteria, and they're just gorging on all of this new food, that as well as beneficial compounds being produced, they will likely produce some excess gas as well, which can just lead to some gas and bloating and probably stinky farts in your dog, which we don't want. So by going slow and introducing it gradually, we can absolutely minimize that from happening. So if your dog's robust, nothing really wrong, and you're just using the Gut Protect for maintenance of health, it may take a few days to get to the full dose. If you've got a super sensitive dog with chronic gut issues, you might just go crazy slow, and it may take you a week or two to build up to that recommended labeled dose. So there are no hard and fast rules. Just base it on your dog. But if you want to learn more about Gut Protect, definitely jump on the website canineceuticals.com.au, so you can read more on the product page. Under the resources tab on the website, we've got some amazing guides, including a digestive health guide that goes into all of this a little bit more in depth. If you've got a cat and you want to try the Gut Protect with your cat, and you're I don't know how to start with a cat, we've got a cat dosing guide. And if you've still got questions about how you might use a product like Gut Protect with your dog or your cat, please reach out to us at info@canineceuticals.com.au. That's what we're here for, to help you. So I hope you've learned something today. We'll link the paper in the post. Thank you for another week, and I'll see you next week.